Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order. Welcome everybody here tonight. Lisa,
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act, meeting 75, adequate notice of this meeting was provided on January 9, 2025 by publication of notice in the Express Times and Hunter County Democrat and by posting of notice in the municipal on the same date. Mayor Barsney?
here,
Mr. Baylor?
Here.
Mr. Beam?
Here.
Mr. Kenyak?
Here.
Ms. McDermott? Here.
please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
One
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Sorry to say, we're gonna go into executive session right away. Get a phone call in from one of our attorneys. So it's an attorney talking. I'd like to say it's 10-15 minutes, but let's make it 20-25 minutes. So I'll make a motion to go into executive.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's take a, oh, we. I'll make a motion, we come back in public session. Anyone want a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We were just in executive for about 15 minutes to discuss some affordable housing issues with our attorney. Okay, I'm looking for a motion to authorize the engineer to take action as discussed in executive session. Anyone want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
And if any further questions, comments, roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenyak?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott? Yes.
Okay, looking for a motion to approve the meeting minutes and the regular meeting minutes from August 21st, 2025. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments, corrections, deletions? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenyak?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott? Yes.
I'll make a motion, we accept the treasury report and September bill list and interim bill list. Anybody want a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, anything pulled?
Just the one thing, on that $8,000 bill, I'm assuming we'll get that money back from the insurance.
That was a.
Yeah.
insurance claim.
We did already,
I think we.
Got it
did get the
already?
Check. I
That's
think
even
so.
better.
not all, but less our deductible down.
Anybody else? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenyak?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Looking for a motion to accept the tax collector's tax and sewer report for August. Anybody want to make?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenyak?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Police Department report. Rich, you have anything you wanted to add?
Not too much other than, I know our overall number doesn't look real high, but the calls that we had were. A lot of harassment and disorderly conduct calls that really took up a lot of our time, with some, little bit of issues in town.
Okay. Anybody have-
You had 2 Narcan deployments I see here.
Yes.
Were they saved? They responded well to the Narcan?
Yes.
Okay.
They got that stronger fentanyl out now. It's not working on them as does
There's
fentanyl.
there's a new drug that's.
Oh, it's not,
Yeah.
not effective on it.
Yes.
Apparently haven't had
You
that.
just happen to use more.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
more.
You just use more.
Yeah, I mean. Typically, a Narcan does a pretty good job. If it doesn't, it's because you got there, they were deceased before you got there, I think.
DPW, Joe, you have anything to add to your report?
Only one thing, and it came in late, but the Warren County Co-op pricing came in for rock salt for the winter. So $73.49 a ton. That's an increase of $5.86 a ton more than last year.
How many tons
So
did we
you can
use?
see more dollars flying out the back of the salt truck.
$5 bills instead of dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, if anybody has any questions,
Joe, how many tons did we use last year?
what's that?
How many tons of salt?
We were just under 1,000 tons.
Okay, so that's a $5,000.
That was, yeah, the additional 5,000, we spent 69,000, it was 69 something a ton, so just under 1,000 was $69,000 for the DPW budget and rock salt.
I saw your guys working at the park yesterday, making it nice for Saturday.
Yes.
Looks good.
Yep, today, too.
Watch was all spread down.
Yep.
So, anybody have anything else they want to ask, Joe? Township clerk report. Lisa, you have anything you want to add, or anybody have any questions about her report?
The only thing I wanted to add is that we did get all the bond ordinance documents related to the the dioxin contamination. They're all submitted to bond council and he's reviewing them, so hopefully that'll move forward. So,
Everything's going well with the community day? Thanks. So you've been working hard on that?
now that, thanks to, the rescue squad offering to pay for our entertainment by way of the band, we are now in the green for $45 with our ads. I think that's the first time ever. So yeah, it's good. We're all set.
Okay. 1 o'clock start, right?
Yes, 1 to 5.
I told them, I know you're listening, I may be a little bit late, so if
Okay.
they do an opening speech, they see somebody in DeMayo may want to make remarks, so it might be after Paul, not me.
Okay.
Okay, anybody have any questions? Zoning code enforcement, Paul, you have anything to add on that?
No.
Court report, nothing to really discuss. ACO, anybody have any questions? Looking for a motion to accept the police department report, DPW report, township clerk report, zoning code enforcement, court report, and ACO report. You want to make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
You want a second?
I'll second.
Any questions, comments before we go? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Committee reports. Lillian, you have anything to report?
The Historic Society is looking forward to this Saturday because they will be hosting the painting, face painting. They volunteered to pay for that, so they'll be doing that, and selling some mums and trying to generate more people to want to volunteer and join.
Okay, good.
That's
Bill?
it.
I'm sorry. Bill?
Open space, not much going on there. Brian, you have anything?
No.
There is another piece of property that is being preserved. I don't have the last name, but it's the land that's, when you go down exit 4. That property on the right-hand side, so they've submitted the application themselves, Frank Pinto didn't even know about it, you know,
That's up
so.
on top of the hill, right? You gotta take that driveway up to it.
No, not that one, it's the lower end, it's like from, New Village Road to, west from New Village to, South Main Street.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
But I don't think it goes that high up to that driveway for that.
That was the other half of the farm where, Dr.
What was the last name?
I forget, was that a heritage farm?
No, Dowlings.
Dowling, that's it, Dowling, yeah.
Yeah.
That was all one farm one time.
Yes, that 78 split that.
Yeah, that's what I always thought, so, okay.
Yeah, so that's it, and I think that's what we're gonna be using some of the pig money for, we have like $1 million in that account that, is just sitting there, so. It's really not gonna cost us anything.
Bill, just leave you know, the playground equipment's been ordered.
Okay.
We're out here and stuff, so that they're rolling on that, so hopefully it's in before any price increase
Okay,
here by the end of the year.
sounds great. And how about the lights?
The lighthouse, we're already got the electrician, we're gonna try to get something going here in October.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, and then Brian, you gotta get the word out.
Yeah, but yeah, you tell me when they're ready.
Yeah.
Brian, have any report?
No, Breck's getting ready for Community Day as well. They're gonna be in charge of a couple games and they're gonna be on the grill.
Okay. Paul?
Lisa, do I wanna talk about the iPad or the stormwater right now, or are we gonna do it a little later? With Joe?
Whenever you want. I did hand out
Yeah, I did see that.
the other, so whatever you want to
So-
do.
I believe the cost, Joe, we have to document all of our inlets, outlets, drains, catch basins, all that kind of stuff for the state of New Jersey as part of their stormwater management program. And so we've been kicking around between Bryce's company and Joe doing some work, them doing it all, this, that, and everything else. And after talking with Donna Becker, apparently the DEP has an app for, and I'm just gonna call it an iPad for the lack of a better choice of word. That can be installed on that and it has its GPS location on it. And Joe just needs to go physically stand on all of these things and it'll map it. and it'll be memorialized forever on this app for the DEP. So that it doesn't need to be redone on an annual basis unless we're adding, changing or something. Does that sound about right?
That's
Joe,
correct.
right? Okay. So, but here comes the
Kicker?
kicker. The iPad, and I guess it's actually a tough one. Is somewheres around $6,000, give or take. Plus, it still needs to be out, booted and stuff. Now, this is a tough book. It's a better. I'm thinking that iPads don't cost anywhere near that, but they're way more fragile per se. So the question is, do we want to invest into this as a one-time thing? It's gonna be helpful for years to come. But at the same rate, if we do it manually and split the difference, we were gonna pay Bryce's company like $3,500 and Joe was gonna do the rest manually. And then there's gonna be things that have to be done annually to make sure it's updated and things like that. We gotta balance the cost on that.
This is an iPhone.
Well, it's a tough book, but
Joe and I
The
did talk
program.
about it a little more extensively. We were talking about trying, because his computer does have to be replaced. It's on the
Right.
list. We can't do that as one unit because.
yeah, I knew it couldn't be done as one.
Yeah, we were talking about it, but he does think that they could go the iPad route and just get the hardened case and not go the top, but, so I think we can
So we,
work it out for much less.
I mean, we have,
Yeah,
I mean, the money we have in the stormwater runoff budget. Well, we could have swung both either way, but you know, that's leaving us a little short at the end for catch basins and stuff. But an iPad, we can absorb that into the balance of the money for the stormwater, which, what Joey said,
I have the
29,000.
I have the prices here, and after I seen the price of the Tough Book, which was actually between $3,700 and $3,900 and $650 for labor setting it up. I asked them to give me a price for a standard. Now, the reason why they're a little bit higher too is this needs a card in it. So while I'm out there, I can use the internet. The standard one, and to get a protective cover on it, like we get our cell phones, to get a protective cover on it is $2,500 to $2,900. And $650 to set it up. That email just came in today at a little after 1 o'clock.
So that's a $600-700 swing?
Actually, that just under 1,000. Yeah, under $1,000 difference. Between the Tough Book.
Well,
and
it's
that
way
might
better
be a
than
little
the
more
6,000
durable.
that I was thinking, but
Yeah.
for $1,000, do you get the Tough Book or do you still go with the iPad with a case?
That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be, it's not gonna be the same unit.
Case.
Be a little more durable, because the other thing, it's gonna be the crew, not always gonna be me out there. If we're doing work, and Bryce, if I read this correct. When we start doing, well, we do repairs, but instead of me doing a manual paperwork thing. We go out there and document at that storm drain, a repair that we did, replace the frame, anything like that too, or any work. Scouring work at the outfalls and stuff can be documented there, and it's already recorded into what I've read into this permit already.
Yeah, what will you have in that versus us having that? Will allow you to do your, not just a one-time thing this year, but it'll allow you to do the updates as you go out through, it'll allow you to do your reporting, and like you said, if you do
My inspections. I do-
inspections, your
I do
scour
thorough-
cleaning, your, all those things that are
all
part of
right
the
there.
annual report, you can then automatically put it right in there and it'll be right up on the web already.
Yep.
So that's the benefit of that, is that you will have the capability, say perpetually.
yeah. Instead of him putting it on paper and you guys upload it.
Right.
Yeah. And the other thing, unfortunately Shannon's not here tonight. She was not feeling well, but you know, we did put money into capital this year because we knew the computer replacement was coming up. So unfortunately, I don't have that exact number, but we did know that this was coming up. So if this is another $3,000, you know, we might even be able to cover it in there.
But it's covered regardless.
I think it's
Yeah,
covered
right.
either way, yeah. The idea had been, oh, maybe we could do it at once when I saw Joe's computer was on this, but we can't because he
They
might.
don't have a better warranty than the other or anything?
I believe he said the warranty for the tough book, it'll be better because it's more designed if it does do that. He said the regular one, we might have to increase the annual fee to it just to cover, because it's more or less like a standard one. That's where the loss might be, or it might have more of a deductible, which he didn't get into with that one.
And with that being said too, Joe, and I don't know if you'll have the answer for this. Is the tough book somewhat water resistant and the iPad's not?
Yeah, it's waterproof,
Right, oh, waterproof.
more or less, yeah, water
Alright.
resistant.
I mean, I think it's what they have in the cars. I don't know if the chief can speak to it, but they're pretty.
Is that what you have in the cars, chief?
No, that's our laptops. We have that are the top books, but in the cars, generally I have tablets.
Okay,
So they don't come out of the cars, they stay in the car, and then we just hook up a keyboard to that.
got it, okay.
That's what this is a tablet, this ain't a tablet, this is a tablet.
A tablet, right. That's the
For the 29th.
inexpensive one.
No, this was a tablet.
Oh, that is, okay.
Tough tablet, yes.
Right, okay.
They have what's called a
Well,
tough
we're gonna need
tablet.
it for years, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
To go with the tablet.
I would think it would make sense to go that route, yeah.
Do you think we can get a better deal when the league comes around in November? There'll be vendors there, or is it?
Don't know. Yeah. I haven't shopped.
They should be state contract price,
Okay,
so I think they kind of should be the same. Anyway, fine, really, but,
And although the league's not that far off, we really want to get this started sooner
Right.
versus later.
yeah, we're talking almost 2 months, you know.
Right, and
It's about 2
there's a
months,
time
okay.
frame
Yeah.
on this,
What's that?
Then by the time you order it.
Right,
Right.
right, yeah, you're talking the first.
Yeah, the
year.
mapping has to be done at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, according to DEP outline of timing, the mapping will be done by the end of the year.
by the end of the year. I'm hearing there's a little flexibility there, but we still want to shoot for that.
Paul, you wanna make a motion?
Yes, I will make a motion.
What's your motion?
Oh, well, that's right, we don't have to come out of anything here. I'd like to make a motion to purchase for the DPW for stormwater management, what do we call it, an iPad? A tablet, to record, GPS record our, inlet and outlet facilities and our catch basins.
I'll second. Any further questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes,
Ms. McDermott?
Yes,
You have anything else on the committee reports? Paul?
no,
Old business. Anybody have any old business to bring up? New business. Looking for a motion to adopt resolution 7425 refund of Thomas Stewart Park Pavilion rental fees. Resolution 7525 resolution of award resurfacing of Willow Grove Road. Resolution 7625 resolution of awarding restriping of Willow Grove Road. Anybody will make that motion?
make a motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments?
yeah, this one, you know, I live within 200 feet, do I have to recuse myself of Willow Grove, or what is it?
No,
No,
You don't need to vote anyway, so. I don't think. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. All
I
right,
think it's gonna pass.
roll call.
Whether I vote or
Mayor
not.
Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes,
Ms. McDermott?
Yes,
Looking for a motion to introduce ordinance number 109 2025, an ordinance to repeal chapter 29 entitled clothing bins to prohibit the operation and placement of clothing bins.
I'll make that motion.
second,
Any questions, comments? The only comment I can make is since last month, every time I go by there, those places are spick and span. So has somebody talked to them? I have not seen any garbage laying outside of them.
There was today, but Bob called in.
Because I was there yesterday and it was perfect.
Yeah, it was today, but, Bob, I know called that.
I told them about the
Yeah,
possibility of
yeah.
it.
That, and he called them.
But the last several times I've been by there, there was absolutely nothing outside.
well, again, they clean up 3 times a week nowadays, where before it used to be once a week.
Yeah.
what I do see is people pulling up, and the bags that are left outside, they're picking through it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
haven't seen any
I
outside. I did. Last month I used to see a lot of garbage, so
I'm
I'm wondering if they're taking heed to this.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did see, probably within the last month, a huge TV, I didn't think they people had them in their house. I mean, it was like a 60 by 50.
Yeah,
You know, like a big, yeah,
Just
it's like
pass
holy
tonight.
crow.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
And I don't know if the cameras that are currently out there are real or working. I
I
mean, they
don't know
appear to be
that.
solar powered, but they put cameras out there, but I'd be curious to know that.
Like I said, I've never seen them so clean except the last couple of weeks. Okay, roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
No,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yeah,
Okay, we want to have a discussion about drafting an ordinance, creating chapter 32 of the Township Code to require a permit for special events. Paul, did you put that on there or
So.
who was I talking to about that?
This was the one you asked Mike to draft something. This was related to the request that we had last month for the block party.
Oh, okay.
And Mike did draft something. It is in your packets, but I put it on as discussion only because when I pulled our other things that we have in our code and in our rec, has our facility use manual. I think it's gonna contradict, because I think he did sort of a catch-all, like special use permit. I think we might have some contradictions, for special events already existing. So, there wasn't really enough time to talk to Mike about it, so I just thought we could talk about it, and I provided you guys with those 2 copies. Thought this month we could just take a
I
look at
thought it
it.
was about the, did they move soccer fest or park last week?
no, it was planned right along. I talked to some of the parents.
That's what,
Yeah, they weren't planning on low pack at all. It was planned right for that.
everything was, oh, okay, because I was always in low pack.
Yeah, no.
In the future, I guess we gotta find out.
Well,
If we're expecting a couple hundred people, I guess we gotta.
well, and it was well more than a couple hundred. I mean, the problem that, well, I'm
That's what I
sure
told
we're
this
gonna
guy about.
discuss about
Specific-
just the rental that took place up there that didn't.
About it.
If Rec's gonna have, and I thought this would fall into the special event thing, if Rec's gonna have 500-600 people out there in a parking lot full, they've gotta do a way better job of policing it. I know that's not technically their job, but you can't have an event out there like that and not have somebody in charge. I mean, and again, without getting into the specifics, I mean, these poor people had the pavilion rented. And they were completely overrun
Yeah.
by soccer people and people giving them a hard time. After the
I
fact,
didn't know that. Oh,
yeah, no, it was a
Problem
problem.
Paul brought up a good point, you know, the squad, it's stretched thin.
Right.
Nice to know if something that big's going on.
Yeah,
to
oh,
look at
absolutely,
for it
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, so we can plan
So
for
I'm
it,
I'm not
and even
saying
if he
we're
did,
against it, but I think.
right,
If
right.
we know we're having something that big, we gotta make sure.
Rich, did that, Rich Goldring send you anything?
No, no.
Well, we,
I don't recall, I mean,
nobody asked for it, so I mean, I'm not blaming him, obviously.
No.
No,
None
right.
of this.
Oh, Tom.
Well, it's
I
just
just
one of
think-
those things that cropped up
Yeah,
and
I just
right,
think
can't
we
have it
need
happen
to-
again.
You know, anything like over a certain amount of people, we've gotta be notified. So the
Yeah.
police know, the PMS knows,
Yeah, I need,
even fire, you don't
Bill, I think, could you call me or send me a message?
I
about
said,
it?
yeah, I
was
would
working.
lie, there must have been 600 cars.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it was.
And
it
I'm
was
like, oh,
massive.
that's great, it's getting used, you know, I mean, what's going on there? You
Yeah,
know?
it was massive,
Yeah.
right, it was huge, I was.
But
just-
how was the flow of traffic, anybody, I mean, people were waiting to get out, you know? But,
That I couldn't tell you, but apparently it was okay, but.
we were in, so I didn't get any calls from officers, they might have been more officer, so. But Rich Fuller, he might have told me something about it at National, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something, they should have something written.
Well, and the other thing too is,
You and Lisa.
if Rec's gonna do that and they know early enough, they should be giving Lisa or Tammy, whoever's in charge of the calendar. It should have been blacked out.
Yeah.
It should have been blacked out.
So,
So blacked out.
so the woman that rented it, she and her mom did come in, last week, and I did call Paul about it because he had called with that concern. They were devastated. It was very upsetting, and I did tell her that I would speak to you guys about it. Their rental, just so that you guys have a heads up, was 11 to 8. She said they finally cleared out by 12:30. I had received a call on my cell phone, a text from Officer Mueller at 11:21. He called me at 11:26, asking if there was a rental. We confirmed the same. She had proof of her rental. People refused to leave. They were really nasty to her. They were even sending their young kids over to her that were harassing her. She said that one of the coaches actually went up and confronted some of the people that were in her party. It sounded terrible. She said that they had like all food laid out, crock pots hooked up, signs taped all over our pavilion, uprights. They were coming in, it was an anniversary party for her, they had fine china, so even when she started to try to set up, they had kids running through her event. She had these beautiful photos. I said to her, we could use her photos to rent that pavilion for $1,000. I mean, it was gorgeous. And she was very nice to us, but she said they didn't start leaving even after she kept calling him the deputy. I think she thought he was the deputy chief. She said, even with the deputy there, they weren't leaving. She said, until I cried and I dropped to my knees. She said, I was so upset. I felt horrible for her. I don't know if there's anything we can do for her for the rental. She said, it's a beautiful place. She'll still run it in the future, but, they paid $290 for that space, and her and her family took the time to peel the Soccer Fest people's tape off of our pillars, because Tammy and I had told them that they couldn't use any tape, and she was afraid that, you know, they would get in trouble for the way that the pavilion would act. She said kids had sidewalk chalk all over the bottom. She just said they left the pavilion a mess. It sounded like a nightmare. Anyway, didn't make Greenwich look too good. And I said, if we had known, we would have blocked it out. And I'm sure that recreation would have, I think eventually, I don't know if it was Rich or somebody from the kitchen, but they did walk over, and I guess they helped Officer Mueller like move them along,
Okay.
is what she made it sound like. So anyway. Hopefully we can block it out next year and
So does
Yeah,
that,
So
that
they
would
have two
resolve it for
events.
soccer fest, but what if we even have a games with 200 people, there, and people start going over into that thing?
Yeah,
It's a,
I guess you'd have to put, do not enter police tape, not police.
No, well,
tape,
we were
but
actually
do not-
talking about
do
other
not-
parks have a board that says, this pavilion is rented out
Yeah.
between 11 and 8 with somebody's name on it.
right,
That day or something,
Right.
be it a whiteboard,
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like they respected it anyway.
well, that's a whole
Yeah,
nother subject matter, but at least something's at least there.
yeah, it is, like I said, it's never been a problem. People are always very respectful and nice. It just sounded like there was such a quantity of people that were
Yeah, it was massive.
just disrespectful, really.
well, that's less.
so what would help you, Lisa, like a month notice, or I don't know how long they booked, like, they knew about this probably for a
Well,
while.
they're gonna do it every year, like Lopat did. It was always like the first weekend of October, I believe.
Yeah, well, they have two events, they have field hockey.
Just to interject there, the soccer coordinator contacted me in
Justin.
July,
Was it Justin?
knowing about Soccer Fest, and last year, I think you had Biddy Fest, and what he told me, they were gonna take.
But I mean, it's gotta
turns.
be, somebody could come in
Posted.
January and book the pavilion for August. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
for October.
Yeah.
And also they have a field hockey play date,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
a big
this year.
event,
I
that
was there
was in
for that.
August, and I think there was one in the spring for lacrosse or something too,
Yes,
that I
there's
know of.
3 events.
Cause I gotta have fields ready, and they only contact me
That's
to
it?
make sure the fields are ready.
Right, I don't know.
I think if we had already rented the pavilion and rec, then scheduled an event, but they reached out to us and found out, then we could have taken action, rec could have even notified all the teams, they could have said something, we could have coordinated, but we just had no idea. Even rec could have then taped it off somehow or paid attention.
I think you just, at least
Yeah.
gotta let rec know that they have to yield to whoever rented the pavilion.
Okay,
Yeah, because if they're not gonna know, let's just say a month and a half behind
Yeah.
before they have an event, if we're
But
renting
even if
this out
there's
in
two
April.
soccer games there, and there's an issue, the rec has to get involved and say you can't go over there, it's, somebody paid for the pavilion.
Well, again, that comes with policing,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They need to police their events.
Brian, is there
If
any
they're gonna
way
do
that they could talk to all the coaches and just see if,
Yeah, well,
like,
they can
which
send
coach
out-
might have gone over there and,
so what do you want me to find out?
I mean.
I think it was Justin Cooper, the one that sent you.
For soccer, yeah.
Yeah, so Justin Cooper runs soccer, so I could have Justin, who was there,
Just talk to all the
Yeah.
coaches about,
talk to the coaches about.
Set an example for the.
yeah, they can call me too, they can call me, Brian, or Justin can call me.
Okay,
So I'm assuming recreation special events was, that was with this.
Lisa, how much did she pay for that event?
She paid 209, sorry, $290, just because they wanted that extra time to be able to set up. And like I said, they couldn't even really start setting up until 12:30. Then because the kids were still running through and yelling things at her, her dad went out and bought tool at the store so that he could cordon off the pavilion to try to stop them from running through. I just,
Yeah, that's sad.
So I think we should refund her. I'm gonna make a motion to refund her $290.
I'll second it.
Any further questions, comments?
Okay.
Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Eden?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
And that's what AF was for, that, right? Recreation special events, I assume? Or just recreation?
Yeah, I think that's all Paul wanted on that.
That's
one.
it. Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's Saturday.
Okay. Walking path, crossing guard post.
You want me to bring it up?
Yeah, that's what's on the menu, agenda for.
Okay, first I want to thank the chief for being proactive with putting some crossing guards out there, not knowing how many students were gonna use the path. I don't know if you know the numbers each day. Do you have anything?
They differ from 1 to 5 students, I believe.
So, you know, doing my research, I was looking into this manual that the state gives out, and it's just suggestions. There's nowhere where we're mandated to do anything. And it really just gives home rule to what we want to provide. And at the end of this, it actually says, it gives us the opportunity to decommission a crossing guard post. And right now, I just don't see a need to spend money or resources on a post right now, or 2 posts with the foot traffic. But in here, it says you can decommission with student population shifts, age out, crossing streets. It's all
You
defined
can do whatever
here.
you want, bottom line.
Yeah, thank you. So right now, I would like to just decommission the post so you don't have to use your resources. And then apply for a DOT grant if
Do middle
possible.
school kids walk from there to the middle school, or they bus, you know?
They're bus.
All Greenwich Chase, everything's bus for middle school? You're like, you're.
My kids are
I was
bus,
just
yeah,
wondering.
yeah.
You know, Washington Valley and Greenwich, there was never a guard there, ever.
Yeah, it's for,
Yeah.
whatever.
Never wanted a Vaughn and Joseph here.
Yeah,
So right now, so just looking at this, I don't see where the liability would be. And that's up, okay,
I say use liability on Greenwich and Jim.
but it defines it.
I don't know how. If we were sued and I had to give a deposition, I wouldn't even know how to defend not having a crossing guard here. I wouldn't know what to say, other than.
Or at least decommission the one by the daycare,
Washington Valley.
yeah, Washington Valley.
But at what point do we say, you know, I drove my kids to the middle school when it was the school from kindergarten through 8th grade. There was only one school. On my way to work, every day I would drive them, even though there was a bus stop at the corner. You know, what are parents' responsibilities on the,
Not to drive them.
you know?
Alright, so like right
It's
now,
school responsibility within.
We
More than
provided,
2
we
miles.
provided a safe device for them to press that button.
That thing,
and-
the best I can say about that is better than nothing. It doesn't stop traffic. It just flashes and says, hey, somebody might be in a roadway. I don't even know if that's technically a traffic device, is it?
And
And
do
when
we,
you push the button, it flashes. So
who paid for that? Did we pay for that? Was it
Yeah, I
county?
think we made, I think we made. well,
Hagerman had to pay.
Ingram paid for that?
Yeah, I thought, I think so.
It is considered a traffic device.
It is. I mean, it's better than nothing. That's the best I
It's
can
in
say.
there.
about
And
it.
there is a state law that says pedestrians have the right of way.
Yeah.
Once they're
Once they're in the walkway,
Walkway.
you must yield to pedestrians in the walkway.
correct.
But that's fine
We're
with the
talking about K
walkway.
through 5.
I understand. I'm just, from an engineering standpoint, yes, those are traffic
Yeah.
devices and state law does have that you must yield to pedestrians in the,
Yeah, oh yeah, that's common sense anyway, but. Do you know where that road is? That goes from 3 lanes to 2 lanes right there at that
I know,
intersection.
I know, I know what we're
Who
talking about.
designed that intersection? I curse them every time I
You
come
were probably
out.
on the committee, no, this was
Oh,
before
that was
that. That was probably in the '80s, '90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was built.
And they wanted to go
Not-
straight, but
yeah.
actually Greenwich was the one that.
Don't blame that one on me.
booked the county on
That
that.
was before, that was probably before you even moved here, that was probably your.
Yeah, I know, it's only
Not
since '93.
Not it.
So anyways, also in here, it asks townships to create a policy with stakeholders. I think we eventually need to look into that. There's formulas, traffic studies.
That thing is a joke. We have 5 at the most, if we did both, we'd have 5 posts. You really wanna set up a committee with the engineer, the school, us, DPW, the police department, to discuss 5 posts? That's silly. I mean, it's common sense. You need one downtown at the traffic light.
Right.
Anybody disagree with that?
Nope.
So that's what the meeting would be.
And
We'd have a 5-minute meeting with 20 people here and paying him probably $200 to show up. The engineer.
Right.
To say, yeah, you need one there, you need one at Wyndham Farm in Greenwich, does everybody agree you need one there?
Yep.
And that has those magic buttons, how come we even have one there?
No, that doesn't happen.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Not when them.
Oh, the flashes in the window.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 25.
So why do we need a crossing guard here, coming by the same common sense of Dumont and Greenwich?
Can I add something there?
Well, no, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
The one at Wyndham and, what was that, Daniel? Right?
The next one
Yeah.
is Daniel, and then Wyndham and
Did,
Dory.
did everybody agree with Newman? I mean,
No,
It's
not on
been
that one.
I wonder about that one, but
Not with,
you're gonna have a whole committee to discuss these 5 posts at most?
I'm not saying we need to.
You wanna eliminate 2, so we have a meeting, we're gonna set up a protocol
Well,
to
no, I
determine
wanna
3
eliminate two.
crossing guard positions. Yeah, that would be 5. You wanna eliminate the 2. So we'd be down to 3. 3 of which we've had for 25 years. You really wanna start a whole committee with the engineer, the chief of police, the fire department, the schools, the residents? I mean, that would be silly. But you can make a motion to whatever you want. And I don't know how anybody up here can say you don't need a crossing guard at Greenwich and Dumont, but that's my opinion. I'm not answering that one if something happens. So make your motion.
I'll make a motion to decommission the Washington Valley crossing guard,
Washington and Greenwich.
Washington and Greenwich.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, chief, you did want to say something?
Yes, the Washington Valley post, yeah, we did never have that before because we didn't have the foot traffic coming down the road. Since we had that post, people, had commented, oh, finally you have a crossing guard post out here. Just today at that Daniel and Wyndham post, the crossing guards cone and LED light was hit, drug under a car several feet, now that's demolished. I've gone through numerous signs at that intersection in the Wyndham and Greenwich intersection being hit by cars. Yeah, I can see that intersection that I just said the accident happened today. They were going out through the cut through, cause traffic backs up. And to go out Daniel to get out to Yvonne there. So, I don't know, it's just, it is extremely busy.
And if we're going by that logic, I would just say, why don't you include Daniel in that? Wyndham Forks? In your motion. Why are we keeping that one, based on what you're saying?
But I don't know the foot traffic that's down at Daniel
Yeah.
and,
Well, no one here really knows the
But-
foot traffic. I'm just going up and observing a couple days at that time of the day. I don't think is a good argument to have one or not have one. Either way you want to argue it, say, I rode up one day and I watched it for a while. I mean, what's the school?
Well,
How many
there
people
was a
were
lot
called?
more foot
How
traffic.
many kids K through 5?
What, for how many are using it?
Yeah,
When I
no,
spoke,
not using it. How many kids are in there K through 5?
she didn't say.
Yeah, well, you didn't ask them.
Yeah.
So we're based on you went out one day or 2 days, or 10
That was
days,
2 days and then the other days I'm
and,
coming
and-
down.
and
there,
nobody
I-
went across?
One
Wow.
gentleman walked on both days walked, and then I saw him 2 other times walking. I've
How
never
many
seen
units
5
are
people.
full? 22 out of 66, correct?
It was 44 out out of 60.
So, yeah, 44 out of 66, 22, 20 is still open. What are we gonna do in 2 months when you have 66 out of 66 and there's 12 kids? Might not be. Might get lucky, it'll stay the same, but I doubt it. So all you do is kicking tonight down the road. In 2 months, you have the same discussion.
I'd like to look at that DOT grant as well.
I'm all for that. Well, what does it do? What's it gonna pay? When do we apply? When's it gonna be awarded? You don't ever have that answer. You keep saying where you're gonna put
Bryce,
it.
and that's my thing,
Bryce sent an email asking.
Where you gonna go about the
the
sidewalk?
sidewalk,
Yeah,
you know,
So the grant you're talking about would be
Bryce
the
sent us.
LAIF grant application. Those are awarded throughout the year, so it's not like there's a deadline or, it's basically. We can determine, the language we would use is the fact that the school just started, we had a new development put in. There's definitely a need, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we can definitely put that application in, and they're awarded various times of the year. There's no special time. It's not like the DOT grants that we're getting for resurfacing of roads that have certain deadlines. This is a
so what do
totally,
you need an authorization to apply for that?
and then kind of guidance of which path you want to go. You want to go with, the sidewalk along Greenwood Street only, because we kind of need to put that into the grant, because what you get awarded is what you put in. So we want to make sure whatever we're putting in is what we want to do.
Yeah, I wrote to him stating, if we did do that option, I would, you obviously too, but I'd reach out to Lori and ask her, because you were stating to get.
Yeah, the county might have some sort of grant too, because it's along the county road, you're definitely gonna be working with the county because you're gonna be in the county right away. Assuming we're gonna go with the Dumont to Yvonne straight line along
What we
Green.
can do, did you ask the two people there if they want the sidewalk on their front yard?
I would imagine they would want the sidewalk.
Did you
No,
ask?
no.
The one house
We
is for
didn't
sale, I
know.
believe.
No, it just sold.
That's-
Oh, sold, okay.
That sidewalk would be out 15 feet from the front door.
They could be using it.
So there, we'll have to look at the design.
And the people on the barn could use a pathway to cut through willows to get the target
Yeah, it's
fast.
private property.
They wouldn't walk through. They're not gonna stop them.
It's still private property.
So
I
we
would
can,
want that
we can
sidewalk.
work on that grant application. We just need to know.
I got a sidewalk, 80 feet or whatever.
I'm on the corner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you got a corner.
The best argument I've heard for the sidewalk on Dumont, one, how did that ever get through land use and not having a sidewalk for a pole on Greenwich, do you know?
It was, yeah, I do actually. At the time, when they were applying for it and everything, there was a major conversation about it being a sidewalk to nowhere.
No,
And so it got cut.
but the best argument I heard for the sidewalk, Dumont to Vaughn, closest to Greenwich. And I said it to you before, it'd look cleaner. It'd look like a sidewalk and come up there through. But let's not be hiding here. We're blocked. We don't want this walkway across that field because the residents in the Vaughn don't want it. And I understand that. It's their neighborhood and they feel it's an encroachment. But what about the two houses? Everyone there you went to and spoke to, but you didn't ask the two people who you're gonna put a sidewalk 10 feet from their front door. You didn't talk to them. What if they say no?
We could reach out to them.
Well, what if they say, no, I don't want it?
That's, we'll have to go back, but it's two houses. We'll ask them.
Yeah, but my point is why weren't they already asked? Maybe that's not even
Because
a
that's
viable
not, that's
option.
not an option yet.
What's not an option? The sidewalk?
Yeah.
So you're willing to, well, anyway, go ahead. We're off track with it. but-
So what's our motion? Is it just for
Right now, it's just
Washington
Well,
and Greenwich?
no, I'll make a new motion.
We gotta get rid of this motion.
Yeah. It's good.
All right, so how do we just,
Motion.
he's gonna make a new motion, get rid of this.
Take the vote, take the vote.
Yeah, we can just say no. So, yeah,
No,
call for a roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
No,
Mr. Baylor?
no.
Mr. Beam?
No.
Mr. Kenyon?
No,
Ms. McDermott?
No.
It's me.
So I'll make a new motion to. What was it, the grant called, DOT?
Yeah, it's the acronym is LAIF.
Okay,
It's through the DOT.
and how to give Bryce permission to seek out the grant. I wanna be vague because I don't know we have so many different options with that.
The grant?
Yeah.
Fine,
You want me to?
I understand what you're saying. I think everybody understands, right?
If I give a recommendation, the preliminary, just rough cost estimate that we put together, the highest cost estimate we had was from Dumont to Yvonne along Greenwich Street, because that's the longest path.
Yeah.
So my recommendation would be to apply for a grant for a sidewalk using that route. If we have to modify the route at some point, it still would fit within inside the realm of that grant, because you can
Those other ones were
you
cheaper.
can tweak what you're proposing within that grant. You can't change it entirely, but if you're tweaking it, then that's okay. So that'd be my recommendation, would be to go that route. I understand that there's some residents that need to be involved. We're gonna be within the deal, or within the county right away, Greenwich Street County Road right away, most likely, so I'm not sure how much input
We need from the
we
residents.
need from them.
Well, right now, we're only voting on whether you should apply for grant.
That's correct. I just need
Then we could
direction
always
on
discuss
what the,
where it's gonna go in.
right. I just need direction on what the scope would be of that application, and that's what my recommendation would be. The scope would be to have a sidewalk from Dumont to Yvonne.
Yes, yeah.
That'd be my motion.
Does anybody second that?
I'll second.
On applying for this grant, is this with this?
That's all.
Yeah.
All right, I got slightly distracted, okay.
Yeah, roll call,
Mayor Barsney?
yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes,
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
And Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
And let's go on the crossing guards.
We do anything with the crossing? Do we have any, chief, do we have any new crossing guards?
No. We received one application. Called that party, never got a call back.
so,
Last month it was brought about the Q code. I did talk to the neighboring department and that didn't work out for them either.
I sent it to Jeff Long, but I guess when did they change their
$50 a day.
I already talked about it.
manager at the Willow?
oh,
that's fine.
probably almost 2 months ago.
So I'll reach out to Jeff again today,
So-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I already
My
talked
thought
about
on the
that.
subject matter is, until we come up, and there are other alternatives being planned here. Come up with an alternative that's safer. And like I said, there's conversations on a variety of areas, not just to mention the sidewalk. That I don't think we can not put crossing guards where the chief has got them at this particular stage of the game. Just for safety. But hopefully, my hope is that we come up with eventually an alternative to that. Whether it's a sidewalk, whether it's busing, whether it's something. But right now, I don't know that I could live with myself. We're waiting. Rescue squad, fire department, Dumont and Greenwich, we're waiting for the big one, and it's been close a couple times. There's just too much inattentive driving that's going on.
Right.
And that's not anybody, well, it is those that are doing it's fault, but. I would feel absolutely horrible if somebody got hit, adult or children. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a dangerous spot to cross
Yeah.
for even an adult alone.
Absolutely. Right, and with that being said, in hindsight, and again, I'll take the heat for this one too, because I'm not that it was. Had I have given the students one bit of thought back when we were on the land use board, I'd have had that sidewalk built to nowhere to be built to nowhere.
Yeah.
I didn't, never even gave.
I noticed it
a
when we
minute
get
for the
towards the end,
students.
I thought, I can't believe it was on a
No,
sidewalk.
but we
Especially
got-
the land use board, we got.
We
Guys
it was,
arguing over trees and flowers.
it was a big conversation and we decided it was a sidewalk to nowhere.
I believe they had at the time, a committee as
Well,
well.
the county actually kind of required it. There were several conversations with the county and everything before it was a sidewalk to nowhere and got canned.
And why isn't there a street light there?
Well,
That county, that's.
Yeah, the county says it doesn't warrant it.
Traffic light?
Yeah, traffic light. It's gonna take something really serious to happen before there's one there.
They didn't even wanna mark the crosswalk, remember, when they
Right,
said.
yep.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
We did
either.
give them the statistics they asked for how many accidents and everything like that, back when you wanted the traffic light looked into when that
Mhm.
project was going up there. Yes, it.
But, well, again, I'm going back 25 years ago or so, give or take. Dumont and 519 didn't have a traffic light there until somebody was killed.
Yeah.
And that's,
You know, what's
we're
dangerous?
heading down that road.
You know what's dangerous at Dumont and Greenwich? They have that left lane for the
Yeah.
left turn to go on the Dumont.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming up Greenwich and there's a box truck there waiting to make that left
Can't see.
and decide to zip around to the right.
Yep.
And there's a kid or an adult walking across. That's a very dangerous
Yep.
intersection right there, very dangerous. And with the way trucks are, odds are good to come up there and be behind a truck and zip around to the right.
No, hopefully we'll come up with another alternative, because again, I don't wanna spend the money for the crossing guards and police on overtime and all this other kind of stuff, but right now I just don't see how we have a choice.
I think getting the grant obviously the best case scenario.
Well, there's a couple of other best case scenario, including that, so let's just so moving forward.
Anything else on busing?
Pardon?
Yeah, I told you. The schools said no to busing
What-
right now.
But what's the bus that's going over to the Willows right now, taking the one young girl?
That's
On it.
probably the high school.
No, it's a
It's
top,
middle
it's a
schools.
young one, who apparently can't walk far.
So if you have special needs students, they're allowed to be bused and
Right.
that's.
So that bus,
I can't
that
comment
bus
on that.
that's, no, but that bus can carry 16 kids,
Yeah.
and right now it's carrying one.
Yes, she was worried in her email that would open up a can of worms. but
I'm sure it will, that, and that's,
I'm sure it is.
but that can of worms still may be a better bet than crossing guards. But again, we have a lot to talk about yet. This isn't a 2-hour conversation and we solve it. This is months in the plan.
Well, what are you gonna do if a year from now, you still don't have a sidewalk? You're gonna pay for cops for a year?
No, we're,
So that's what I'm saying. All we're doing tonight is kicking the can.
no, we are kicking it, right, but we don't, yeah, I don't know. what we-
We can
But
get
did
the
she,
same.
did we at least get a price on what busing would be?
She did not give me a price.
She doesn't wanna get involved at all on it. School board doesn't wanna have, I don't think they wanna have any tentacles to
So
it.
what do we reach out to the busing company to see
We'd
what
have
it
to
would
hire
cost
them
us?
ourselves.
I knew we would have
Yeah,
to
but
hire them.
if the school's paying for that one already, they're probably gonna say, you'd have to get permission from the school to put kids on that bus.
No, I'm not gonna put them kids on
It'd be a
that,
whole
but
separate bus.
that'd be a whole different separate bus at this stage of the game.
Chief, can we have a report from you next month? How much you spent on overtime or what it cost from August, whatever the start of school to our next meeting, cause you gave us some figures for a whole year. I wanna see next month how much you spent on the guards.
On crossing guards.
On the yeah. On the police as crossing guards, not the crossing guards themselves, but
Right.
your regular crew.
But that's not a fair evaluation either. I understand what you're asking for.
I just wanna, yeah.
He's rearranged the detective schedule to have detectives out there crossing kids.
Yeah, I virtually eliminated our.
I mean,
detective bureau.
yeah,
Help out.
this is a lot of disruption.
Yeah, we can certainly, that can be part of the solution, sure.
So you talk about what's so wrong with the pathway?
Right now,
Anytime.
so you would have to comment, it's going through a detention basin. And it's Green Acres, does it have to be permeable?
What?
I'm not sure where you're talking.
The Green Acres or?
No, you're talking about the one on Dumont, Bob?
No, Yvonne, and you're talking about.
Yvonne and, yeah, and
Through the butterfly field.
And
or
Greenwood
whatever you
Street,
said.
right, yeah, that's not a detention,
Or-
and that was part of Greenwich's
Storm-
chase
storm-
stuff to,
Stormwater management.
no. It's just
The
I
the
mean-
berm is theirs.
12 years ago, Frank had suggested making it a butterfly garden and stuff like
Or the
that,
playground.
or even a playground, right? But, yeah, no, that's
Frank, I know some people. are talking about being-
town-owned property, it's not related to thing, it's just a leftover piece that Greenwich Chase.
The property,
Provided.
you're saying the
The
property
berm-
corner
The
of.
new small house that you just gave it to us?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, I wasn't part there, but probably too small. It was probably, yeah, not,
I've never heard, so the fire department never talked about that lot.
They proposed
What
a fire
about-
station.
Frank told me that.
Joe,
I
what
never-
about, can you do something like that?
What's that?
That path that they're talking about? Is that something Public Works can do?
I worked on some prices after I talked to Bryce and stuff there.
And what did you come up with?
right now tentatively, probably about. Oh, let's see here, about $7,000 in materials and a rough estimate in hours and man, $6,000.
So the berm.
And that's
Ingerman.
using concrete.
And that's coming across the two houses on Greenwood
No,
Street? No,
that's
what's it,
going
coming out of the fence way?
Through the woods.
Well,
Through
he's
what's-
approached two ways, also go down the property lane
Right.
line, out to Greenwich and then down Greenwich.
So
Going out by Greenwood Street, I don't have, if the county requires a curb, that takes me out of the game.
Yeah.
So the berm
I'm
is.
sure they would when they press.
So you say the berm,
The berm, that's what we have to cut through, that's Ingerman's property.
yeah,
it would be
the
the
one
easement
option would be coming
alongside,
through
we gotta do
Ames
the
property, yeah, but it's not coming through their stormwater basin.
No,
It's
but
just a,
then is that a change of site plan for them? Since it's going in the back?
no, I wouldn't think so.
And then chief, we don't need a crossing guard there, right?
No, you wouldn't need one there.
So, and it would be a safe way for the children to get to school.
Were you talking about the cross, well,
It keeps them from going.
I said
to-
about,
You'd still need a crossing guard.
At Daniel and Yvonne.
yeah, I mean, that's up to you.
That's unbelievable.
Oh,
We need one at Yvonne and Joseph. You just got done, you wanted to eliminate one at Greenwich and do them on, in Washington Valley, Greenwich. This is going in circles, like it just makes no sense. How do we? I don't know how that could possibly be said in one night. We don't need one at Dumont, Greenwich, but we need one at Yvonne and Joseph. Maybe we do need that committee. To evaluate, because that to me just makes this absurd. I'm not saying you don't need one at Yvonne and Joseph, because based on what the chief said, we probably do need one. But the chief said, well, we need one at Dumont and Greenwich. My opinion, I don't need the chief to tell me that, common sense tells me I need one there. In Washington Valley and Greenwich, I didn't think we needed one there until the chief brought it up. But I'm willing to go, just wait the way we are, I'm not making a motion, I'm willing to wait and see what happens with this grant. But I just can't see how we justify spending all this money rearranging the police department schedules and everything for years. And it comes down, and I understand the people in the neighborhood don't want it. But if you think that fence is gonna stop someone who has a propensity to be involved in criminal behavior, if that's making you feel safe, that's a false sense of security. Because no one's gonna be on that side of the fence looking over saying, I'd like to go over and wreak havoc in that neighborhood. If this fence wasn't here, I would do it. But we're gonna build a sidewalk along Greenwich Street that he could take to go over there anyway. I understand why they don't want it there, but I just can't justify a lot of money. If we get the grant, the sidewalk goes in, I'm okay with that, but.
So, and Bob, just the other morning, I don't remember which morning it was, there was an MVA here in town, somebody had a telephone pole. At the same time, officers need to be at the crossing guards, and the police department got a call on top of that.
For a domestic, I heard.
Yeah, right.
I
Had
didn't
to-
hear from the chief.
had to
That
be-
was talk on the street, I heard.
Right, had to be tough, had to be tough. So. Yeah, there's gonna be challenges up there regardless, and you don't have time at that point to call somebody in. You know, that's big, it's happening all at the same time. So yeah, wow,
But my point with the two houses,
Yeah.
Brian, was, I understand that people in Avon don't want this walkway across that field. And people have sent emails. I did get an email tonight, it was supposed to be in our package, where somebody said we should do this crossway, pathway from, Greenwich Chase.
At the end.
Why was everybody on Avon contacted and told about, make sure you send emails, and nobody has ever talked to the two houses that way is gonna be affected the most? What makes those two houses less important than the people in Avon?
I don't think they are.
Well, no one contacted them. That's what I think is unfair.
no, not bad.
I don't know if I ever got any, make it because we're.
Where we at?
Thanks.
Guess with everything staying the way it is?
Yeah, you want me to reach out to Lori when the time being? Seriously.
For what? The grant?
Yeah, because he sent the email.
Do whatever you can. If you can get a grant, you get a grant.
All right.
No one's limiting what you can do. You're a free member here. You do whatever you think you want to do. All right. Okay, let's, proposal for the BRT utility modules for sewer. Joe's.
That's Eloise, we don't have a choice. The BRT module is going to be taking over for what we currently have. It'll be effective January 1. I believe it's about a $400 increase over what we're currently using. But we don't have a choice. So that'll kick in January 1, and they are eliminating the conversion fee, and they're starting to work with Eloise now. So I was just giving you guys a heads up on that.
Is it gonna make her life easier?
She does like working with them. They're
Okay.
very
For
available.
sewer though.
It is for sewer, not for
Sewer,
tax.
not taxes, right,
Not
right, right,
tax.
Right.
So if we could do a motion on the record to make that switch over.
But there
that's-
is a tax
cleanest.
collection module.
There is a tax module. Eloise
So
would like
this is
to
just
not-
for utilities.
This is for utility. Yeah, so we converted to BRT with the assessor portion
Okay,
a couple years ago. Jen loves it, and so that is where all of our assessment records and our property records are.
was there ever a recommendation to do the tax collection module? And if
I
so,
think
how
we'll
much?
get there probably
Yeah.
someday with a new tax collector. Eloise likes it. Eloise likes the MSI program.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, let's leave it at that.
So if we could do a motion to,
All right, I'll make the motion to approve
I'll second it.
BRT
sewer,
utility module.
Anybody else have any further questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
New Jersey Historic Market Program. What do we, I know what it's about, but what do we need to do? This approve a letter of support for it?
Yes, so I had sent you that draft. I had drafted a letter for you, Bob.
Oh, nobody saw it?
I saw it, yeah.
Brian?
No.
In your packet.
And I had emailed that out to the historic. I never got an answer from them. Lillian, did they have any comment about it?
They did, but I don't remember,
Okay,
unfortunately.
in a nutshell, Spencer Peck was, petitioning the state to try to move forward with these historic markers, throughout the county. Essentially, he wants a letter of support from these different municipalities. And he's looking for a recommendation of where to put this marker. He was thinking that the historic commissions in each town would have a recommendation for that. We didn't get one yet. He needs this by October 7th, so maybe Joe has a recommendation for where.
I know they liked the idea, but did they mention anything to you, Joe? About it?
Bob, did you mention that you had
I
a
don't think there's
suggestion
any
for where it could go?
I think you hear there's a grant out or something.
We did mention somebody, I forget where. I thought it had to be on 173, but it doesn't have to be on 173.
No, it just, if it goes on public on public property, then it's paid for, so they just hope that you find someplace that,
No, we own the building at the 173 in Church Street.
Oh. So I mean, we can figure that out later. They need like a GPS coordinate or whatever on,
And it could go like it, by Thomas Stewart Park or somewhere like that.
Sure. Sure, I don't think they have like a pinpoint spot.
But
where
in the
they-
vacant lot there on Levon and Greenwich.
Yeah, I thought when I read it originally, they were looking for a specific route, but tie it all together.
I tried to look it up, Paul. I can't find it. I think they were hoping that the historic commission might know
Right.
of an
Well, it just seemed to me
approximate
like
path.
the way they were talking, like Bloomsbury Avenue 1 and some Lebanon, it
Mhm.
seemed to be running the old 22 corridor,
Yeah, maybe it should be in, Lillian's.
but
Oh, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what do you want?
Old 22.
yeah.
Do you want me to ask? Where do you want it?
They're just trying to, follow the path where the army marched to meet George Washington. So if they just know how they would have left Bloomsbury and entered Greenwich. And if we can find a spot that's public land. But if you guys can, just do a motion to authorize the mayor, and if you want to pretty up this letter at all and sign it, he would appreciate it.
About the old
I'll second.
Presbyterian
Any
church.
further questions, comments? Well,
Yeah,
you
how
let the
about
historical
that?
commission come back with a suggestion, right?
Joe just made a suggestion.
What's that?
The old
Old
Greenwich
Greenwich
Presbyterian Church, that's got Civil War,
It's gotta be public property though.
unless they give us permission.
But then the state
Give us
won't
a-
pay for
Then
it.
Give us a 4 foot by 4 foot piece of property.
Yeah, then the state won't.
The only this is a post and a sign, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eighty Field, we technically don't own, right?
yeah, technically not.
So. We'll ask this for it, which last night.
Okay. So I think I have a motion, Lillian, second by.
Yeah, I second, Brian made it,
Oh, okay.
roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
yes. Did I need to ask you that, can I do a history of that? Yes.
Oh, yeah, we can do that anytime during the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
We're coming up on the historical commission, oh no, that was. You wanna do it now?
Is that all right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to have Kathleen
No, it's on.
Vildis, Ingles, to be appointed to the Historic Commission Society.
I'll second. Any questions, comments? Roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
And Ms. McDermott?
Yes. Here's her contact information. Do I need to give you that? You gave it to us already. Thank you. To add her and I'll let her know she's been added.
Historical commission bylaws, do we have to do anything with that tonight, and is that still being reviewed?
And no, Mike reviewed them, or maybe you did, or Igor did, and I sent this back to Greg, so I think
Okay.
Greg's
And they
reviewing them.
talked about it and they're still reviewing it.
Okay. Rec committee request for a credit card machine, where we stand with that, you know?
Shannon was working with, they're gonna choose one, but right now, they're trying to find, they had. Before I got on a Foursquare program,
Mhm.
and they're trying to locate, I guess, the account number, because then they could just go back to that. Trying to find out what's the cheapest cost. So. Nothing right now.
Okay. Correspondence, anything? The only thing I'll say is we did get those, I think we got 2 or 3 emails regarding the walking path. Saying they didn't want it from that area, and I did get one tonight, I forwarded Lisa's in here, I can't see.
I just passed it down,
Okay.
I think it landed with Lillian.
Someone from Greenwich Chase saying that they were for the walkway going through. I think kind of like people have the same argument, why is it okay for them to walk by my house but not my other houses, so. Any correspondence, that was it. I'll make a motion, we open public comment,
Second.
all in favor? Open for public comment, anybody wishing to?
I just want to say that, OEM wise, I will be out collecting signatures from you, Bob, and stuff. Our emergency operating plan is all done and, ready to be signed and be put in place, but they'll be reviewed every 2 years now instead of every 4 years.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Anyone else wishing to come up, make any comments?
Yeah,
You can come up
Thank
here,
you,
Andrea.
Yep.
Andrea Sherlaw, 204 Vaughn Way, Stewartsville. I sent out an email. I live in Vaughn. I was part of the debate on the affordable housing, so. We covered a lot of those points of, the residents, the reason why they didn't want the path. Just want to comment, I mean, I think there's a difference between like walking on the path. Versus there has actually been a history of loitering. It's been damaged behind my property. Had my fence graffitied twice. The police were out several times, so on the record. They weren't able to catch because we don't have the money to support monitoring back there of any criminal activity that's going on. People were cutting through there before there was the gate. So it's a little bit different than I know there's already walking paths in Greenwich Chase. I certainly appreciate the safety aspects that have been brought up tonight, but it is a real concern. And myself, several other neighbors, we've all put in security cameras now. We're monitoring our own properties, and I understand a lot of people do that. But it's not just like putting a walking path that's going to create other activities that I think will still negate that where there need to be some type of oversight. So I appreciate the efforts of the committee here. I certainly understand the safety concerns the promise that was made at that point in time is that we were gonna submit to the county. The county was going to put in the proper cross guards. It seems like at some point that was never approved, and so that's where I just don't think it's fair regarding the issue in the housing, as Paul pointed out. It should have been addressed correctly up front, and now it seems like it's coming back on the town to be a larger issue, so. Certainly appreciate that we need to get the perspective of all the houses. Mayor Barsney, I think those folks with those houses, they do seem to have children living there. That either have a path in the front of their house or they'd have a path in the back of their house, because I've walked down there myself, that's where the path would go, it would go right across their backyards as well, so. That was the only comment I wanted to make, I do think it, merits a larger discussion, as we pointed out tonight, and I just don't think of the alternatives that have been suggested, I don't feel like that's the best one, that's in the best interest of all the taxpayers in the community.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Erin. I live at 415 Thomas Stewart Way. Hi, Mrs. McDermott. I spent a lot of time at your house growing up, so it's nice to see your face. I am all for the sidewalk. I think sidewalks are designed to keep people safe. And if monetarily that is the best decision, then not everyone's going to be happy. On my block, I have a sidewalk and the other side doesn't. It's a lot more work for me. I don't like that. But it keeps kids safe, right? And I was just wondering if, and I'm not sure the formality of this, if this is something that I can speak on, but I know I had reached out to you via email. Since we've been discussing a lot about children's safety and getting to and from school. My kids take Main Street to the middle school. And do you remember the email that I sent you about the sidewalks? Just so that we can make sure that the sidewalks are cleared, because a lot of residents do not, I don't know if they're renting or, they own the homes, but they're not taking care of the sidewalks. And it's already very thin out here. And then driving the kids out into the street, and talk about those box trucks with all the cars on the side, there's going to be a problem there. So I'd rather that we be proactive rather than reactive there as well.
Did you send the email with the picture of the thing overgrown? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah,
Me.
okay.
Yeah,
We did get letters out to that property owner, correct?
Yeah.
And once the time's up, if it's not
Yeah.
fixed.
and I
It's already taken
also.
care
They already taken care of it?
DPW.
Was that the bill that I
prepared
saw?
Thank you.
The bill
And,
here?
I was also wondering, I'm not sure if you shared the email that I sent about the huge blind spot. I know we were talking earlier about the Dumont blind spot, which is very much real, and there's gonna be a catastrophe there. When you come off of Main Street down, or I'm sorry, Thomas Stewart, and you make a right onto Main Street, there's a huge blind spot there because there's about 10 cars that pile up. I believe it's across from the
Rescue
first aid squad. Yes, correct. I'm not sure if we got a resolution on that matter.
Yes, so, was it your husband? Had an email?
My husband and I, yes.
I did email him, the committee had, I'm sorry, did you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the committee did pass, an ordinance for that, because it's a county road. It went to the county then they have to approve it, and, it is in their hands right now. So
Okay, so we don't have a response yet.
we're just waiting, I think everything's going to happen, it's
Okay, I
just,
hope
we're
so.
just waiting
Yeah.
for the okay from them, and then, they will be putting signage out there or DPW.
Okay, great. I look forward to that because you have to go all the way out and risk getting T-boned in order to make a turn, and that's not right. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else? Make a motion to close public comment?
I'll make it.
I said, I made it.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Will you skip over? Oh, I did. Your report, please, went by you. Professional report.
He's hoping to get it.
So basically, we've discussed most of the items that I already was going to bring up through various other items
Yeah.
within the agenda. So the only thing that I have 2 items for executive. And then Lowe's Hollow, Joe, we're still waiting from FEMA, correct, on,
This close
That
after
close.
a meeting today.
so as soon as we hear from FEMA, then we'll have an answer on the Lowe's Hollow situation. And then, wanted to give an update on the tax maps that we're working on. I know it's a very concerning item for everybody, and we are diligently working on get them taken care of. As I noted in an email to the mayor and to Lisa, we're not sure why Trenton is being the way they are. I know they have their comments. There's two sides to all stories. Once again, I'm gonna reiterate, no more bills are coming to town. Okay, I can't speak for the money that was spent previously. That was before my time. I can't speak to that money, but we are working diligently to get that taken care of. Okay. Just want to make sure, the standards that were being held to by Trenton are from 2008.
Wow.
Their standards are not CAD standards. So they're trying to equate standards that don't even apply to CAD. So it is a difficult situation. We've actually compared our maps that we did 2 revisions ago to a town that was approved recently. They look exactly alike. So I'm not sure what Trenton's doing. That's fine. They can have their opinion. They're the final say so. I just want to make you guys aware, we are working to get that taken care of and that we will get there. Okay. So, like I said, I have 2 things under executive if I could.
No, no problem. That it?
That's all I've got.
Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to talk before we go to the
Yeah,
exec?
just one, Lisa. The report you gave me here, but we need in new PCs or laptops and upgrades. Is that gonna be done this year, or are we gonna put this in for the first of the year?
So I think that is covered under capital. I think we
Okay.
budgeted for this year and we
Okay.
need to try to get it done for next month. To be on the safe side, because
Okay,
we won't have any protection.
okay. The, when
I was
is,
just, it's basically a reminder to you guys, but it was all discussed.
when's
at
the end of
budget.
life? In October?
Yep,
First or 30th?
I think the 30th.
31st, okay.
Yeah.
30th. Okay,
And then Bob, actually, I've got a couple of quick things that one's old business, one's new business, should have brought it up before, but I got sidetracked. The old school has an interested buyer in it again, and he's telling me he's gonna put it under contract. Bill had sent him to me, I believe. Is this one coming from you? Did somebody talk to you about it?
somebody did talk. I
Okay,
did
but
talk to
anyway-
somebody, but I said the amount of money you're gonna have to dump into
Well,
septic and
We
whatever.
talked about it, and again, and
And I thought it was a dead
that's
issue.
gonna roll into the sewer conversation. But what I told him today, although he seemed a little discouraged. With North and South Main Street and Greenwood Street getting paved in the next month. Correct me if I'm wrong, unless town council can override it, isn't there at least a 5-year moratorium on digging between the curbs,
So those are county roads.
county roads?
So your moratorium, that would be a county moratorium, not a township moratorium.
No, right, exactly,
I
but
don't
it's,
know how the county does their moratoriums. I can't answer.
alright, well, I'm pretty sure it's 5 years.
I think that's what we had when the pace setter developed.
It usually is when they,
Right, well, that's what I thought, so that to me is very discouraging. Because we're in an effort to try to burn up our allocation by trying to do that. And I think this whole project rests on that.
When you have something that's an inherent good like that, though, I think it does trump their moratorium.
I don't know. I don't,
it's already 2 years since they did the road, isn't it?
well, no, but they're about to do North Main and South Main and Greenwich. Street.
Oh, okay. I was thinking North Main. was-
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So,
They did North Main.
I thought they did North Main when they did South
No.
Main, but they didn't, no,
no,
South here's not done?
no.
no. I thought they did it when they did South Main, but they
It
didn't.
did, right. So that's a little discouraging to know that something that we need to be working on could potentially be 5 years away and that's bothersome to me. And then this just revolves into the sewer conversation about, Brian and I met with Brad and Dan and stuff about it, and we're meeting, almost gonna talk for the next couple of months on a monthly basis about what to do out there. And with that being said, I know that there's gonna be a real estate, a new person out there for Cassis, and we're working on that problem out there. But but nothing's gonna happen with that space until we get sewer to it.
What space is this?
By the Chamois Shine, below the Wendy's,
Right.
nothing's gonna happen until sewer goes there. It didn't perk.
Right.
So they're either, as they are now,
for the next whatever. Or we're gonna have to figure out a way to get sewer to it. And I don't think there's an upside to it. I think it's gonna cost us money. We might recover it in 50, 60 years. But it's a long way down the road. But I do have Brad and Dan, but particularly Brad, researching, and even though it takes a long time, I'm willing to spend the 2 years for Brad to try to get permission from the people who oversee preserve farmland to go in underneath. And they're also going to look about going down the utility easement of Route 78. But he said that's also a 2-year process. But that's better than having no process at all. I haven't asked them to quote how much it was gonna cost, because it doesn't seem like it's a big upfront cost for them to research that now. But somewhere along the line, there'll be associated costs with either one of those ventures. So that's what I got on that.
Okay, that it?
Yeah, and Bryce is going out, looking. Right, for Main Street. That was the meeting. Just getting calls.
Oh, yeah, no, Bryce is, your office is working on
You're working on.
the old plan to put a number to it.
Right.
And it was just to make sure that the old plan was still satisfactory by today's standards 10 years later.
Right.
Right.
Okay, looking for a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Second. All in favor? Going in, to talk about personnel, contractual matters and attorney-client privilege.
Go around to eat.
I make a motion, we come out of the executive session.
A second.
All in favor?
All right, the township committee met in executive session where it discussed the following, privilege matters. Personnel, contractual, personnel retirement payout, class 2 officers, contractual, township owned property, attorney-client privilege, public safety, zoning, and municipal complex. Minutes from the executive session will be released at such time as, the committee deems no public harm will come from it and no official action was taken.
Okay. Looking for a motion to authorize the clerk to take action as discussed in executive session.
I'll make that.
A second. Any further questions? No, we'll make a comment. Okay, roll call.
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms.
Zoe,
McDermott?
you wanna make a motion to rice notice the employees?
I'd like to make a motion to rice notice all employees to discuss, matters of working from home at the next meeting.
Okay. I'll second. Anybody have a roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Looking for a motion to authorize the chief to take action as discussed in executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Roll call?
Mayor Barsney?
Yes.
Mr. Baylor?
Yes.
Mr. Beam?
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth?
Yes.
And Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
Anybody have anything else to discuss before we go? Bryce, it's your last meeting. Again, thanks for all you did.
Thank you.
Good luck in the future with your career and it was a pleasure working with you.
And
Appreciate that and look forward to crossing paths sometime down the road.
Okay. Okay. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.